So we started off with just keeping the energy extended, and as our partner moves in, we keep that same feeling. Now, what you're going to start to notice with this is right at the moment of touch, there's sort of like a spark plug where it builds, and goes pop, and it shoots a spark of energy out. So the energy's not affecting out there, that's vital extension. If I go more electric, it waits, and then it pops. So there's a moment where the conditions are right for the electric energy in his body and my body to repel each other. And the more he engages his structure from his foot all the way up, the more that reaction takes place. So there's a moment at which it happens. If the moment happens too early, it's more electromagnetic. It's not pure electric. So the more you make it peak, the more you can get this little electric pulse right at that moment. And that's the pulse you want to amplify for the effect. So just note that and then figure out, how do I make that stronger? And it's a mental quality which makes it stronger. From there, we want to start working on micro movements of turning the body to loosen our body a little bit while we're doing this. So as he's coming in, I'm just doing a small wave. I maintain the outward feeling and just turn my waist. We're talking about millimeters, maybe up to an inch. If you do really, really big waves, you'll lose that field effect too early. So make it very, very, very small. And I'm just doing a small turn left and right. So basically, we're doing this type of movement from the Tai Chi form, the big turn, but we're doing it as a micro movement. And it's just a small loosening. Now, this will serve several purposes. The first thing it's going to do is get you to figure out how to loosen your body while maintaining an open field of energy. So you can start loosening while producing power. The second thing it does, gives you a lot of keys to how to add shapes and body mechanics and different types of kung fu into your hands while maintaining that energetic field. So anyone who comes in, you tear them off the balance and strike and do whatever your martial art requires. It gives you the key to all your basic movements to start coming into play, however you want to use your martial arts skill. So hold the electric field a few times out, bounce your partner forward, and then just start these small micro movement turns. Think left, think right, and just wave the field off to one side or the other. We want to start with very simplistic lines of energy movement. Our first line is linear, straight out. Our second line is now we're adding a curve onto it. And then the curve turns into a circle, and we have spirals, and we can start increasing complexity of how this energy moves and what it does to form different shapes in your Tai Chi form or your Qigong exercises of the martial art that you practice. So you have to start off with very simple lines before you produce complicated lines. Because the energy patterns like to go in this very linear to spherical way of moving. So we want to keep it in that to start with before you get too complicated. Okay, small micro movements left and right, keep the energy extended. If you're not feeling comfortable with keeping the energy extended, just do the first exercise and work on that moment of the pulse when it happens, and try not to pump on the pulse. Just use your mind to keep extended when the energy pulses and releases. Because at that moment, which you unconsciously want to reset, pull back and align and generate power. So there, you want to put more mental energy into that pulse, not mechanical energy. So work between those two drills. Okay, partner up, have fun. Thank you.